Blue sky above at the moment as we get ready for the start of this first one-day international between the West Indies and South Africa here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua.
Up she goes. Heads calls Graham Smith. And it is tails. So for the third time in succession now, Chris, you win the toss twice in the T20s, lost both of them. A little bit of change in luck this time?
I hope so, but we're going to bowl first. The wicket seems a bit damp, so we're going to utilize that condition, and hopefully the bowlers have been doing well, so hopefully they can actually continue. And whatever total is set on the board, 50 overs, hopefully we can get it this time around.
With the weather being what it is, does the Duckworth-Lewis system come into the back of your mind?
Yeah, it does. It might be an on and off situation, but we won't actually play the cricket according to that. We just have to play, a 50-over game and, do what is required out there. We have two changes. Shivan, Kimar Roach, two key players actually struggling with injury, so they are actually out, and Ramdin is back in, and Ravi Rampal. So hopefully those two guys can have a good game.
Graham, we've got to stop meeting like this, but nevertheless, another match and a different part of the series. Happy with the conditions?
Yeah, look, obviously it's nice that it's cleared up and we can get a game. This wicket looks very damp, so obviously it was a toss we wanted to win this morning. But, we've got to just knuckle down now and hopefully post a good total. Mission accomplished in the T20s. Any changes for the first ODI? We've got two changes from the last T20. We've got Jacques Callis back for Alvaro Peterson, and Hashim Amla comes in for Lutz Bosman.
So there it is. The clouds have lifted, the sun's shining. It's humid. Chris Gayle has won the toss for the third successive time in the series, and for the third successive time will bowl. Hashim Amla is going to open the batting here. Didn't play in the 2020s. In fact, fielded substitute. Got a very good record, especially at test level, but a pretty good record here as well in the 50 overs version. He will take strike. Just a half an hour late because of the early morning overnight rain. It's still quite cloudy. Could well be a Duckworth-Lewis sort of day. And it will be Jerome Taylor with the first ball for the West Indies, having won the toss and chosen to bowl. And a wide to start off with, called by umpire Norman Malcolm. Lovely shot, square in the offside for 4. Lovely, easy, typical Amla shot. He's very strong on the offside, and that gets him going.
This is an area where Amla is strong. Behind square, driving or cutting. Also plays nicely off his legs, but this was just a rank half volley and put away, as it should be.
And it's through him. Won't go all the way this time, but they're hurrying for the second. We'll look for a third. Long return. And certainly Amla was keen to come. Smith wasn't. Or is it vice versa? It's a good start here for Amla. Nice driving. And that's a nice save. Bravo it is. Just misses the stumps. Scramble a single. 8 runs have come from the first over. He'll hit him through there with real regularity. Already we've seen the strengths of Amla. He's only been out there for a couple of overs and 1 ball, and already we've seen 4 or 5 shots in that area. Now he's strong there. That'll go away for 4. So you've got 2 batsmen here. Left-hander strong off the legs, right-hander strong on the drive through the offside. 16 without loss, and Taylor straying a little bit.
Well, if Graham Smith has a preference, it would be there up enough to him. It doesn't matter if it's on off stump or not. He's very strong through the onside. Would always be looking to play in that area.
That's where Amla will put it every time. Pollard after it, but the ball will beat him. Another boundary to Amla. Well, I think they've discovered within the first 4 overs of the tour for Amlett. It's the first time he's played in the Caribbean, and they have discovered now exactly where he's strongest.
Waits on this nicely. It's not a fast pitch. If you look at where he plays it, right under his eyes. Waits, lets it come. Nice flowing drive from Hashim Amla.
Interesting field setting here now for Smith. There's a leg slip in for him. And he's hoiked that. That's a huge hit. Gone all the way. Free hit, of course. So Smith knew that whatever happened, he couldn't be out. And he got the middle of the bat.
Didn't have to do too much with this one, Graham Smith. It was up in the slot. Very efficient on the leg side.
Fine leg in, and the ball will go away for 4. So Sammy Expensive in his first over, and a very good start here for South Africa. 38 on the board already. 1 ball left in over number 5. Sammy with no control, perhaps a little bit surprised to be brought in as early as this. Just 2 overs and they brought him in. That's down to third man. Another boundary for Amla. So South Africa really with a foot on the accelerator this early on, having been sent in.
Daryl Harper was concerned about the weather, and the rain is now with us. Ground staff on the way out to cover the strip. So it seems as if we're going to have a bit of a delay. There is some rain coming across the ground. You can see quite a bit over in the northeast. Can only hope it blows over pretty quickly. The flags are fluttering, so there is some wind.
Welcome back to North Sound in Antigua, where we're just about to have play resuming. A match that has been reduced now to 48 overs per side. Should get a couple at least, and in fact will run away for 4.
Once again, the fine leg up. You can't flirt with leg stump. You really can't, especially around the wicket. The angle's accentuated into the left-hander. Smith, all he's got to do is get something on this. Very simple shot to play, especially for him. He's so strong on the onside. That's far too close to middle stump with the fine leg up. It's got to be a channel outside the off stump.
50 partnership already. Appeal for a catch behind. He's got him standing his ground, but there was a definite sound, and Graham Smith departs. The first success for the West Indies on the resumption. Graham Smith goes.
Well, that is the channel that we've just been discussing, isn't it? Outside the off stump. That's where you've got to bowl to Graham Smith. Anywhere near his pads, he'll score off you. Out there, there's always a chance. He can punish you on the offside as well, but if the length is right, you'll be successful, as Dwayne Bravo was there. Graham Smith gone for 18. South Africa lose their first wicket with 53 on the board.
And here comes the man who got a half century in the first T20 international, Jacques Kallis. Chasing that one down to third man and caught. Rampole takes the catch. Bravo gets the wicket and celebrates in his usual expressive manner. And a real gift of a wicket there, courtesy of Jacques Kallis.
Cullis has run after this. It was hardly the best delivery in the world, unless he took a lot of pace off it somehow or other. But look at that. He's just sort of run at it and launched it. It's the sort of shot you play in limited overs cricket in order to try and slap it over cover or whatever, but didn't get nearly enough bat on it and presented a fairly comfortable catch down to third man. So a big wicket this for the West Indies. Cullis gone for 1, 57 for 2.
The batsman A.B. de Villiers with the bat in hand and with the gloves, the wicket-keeping gloves later on. He's got that one away and will get 4. Rampole's forte is not the short ball, and there we see why.
fact, that mindset's probably easier for Hashim Amla than it is for any of the others, because he hasn't been playing the T20, so he's just gone out there to carry on batting the way he's always batting. It's just a little bit too short. Only a little, but he just sat up, and all he had to do was really help it round there, because of, once again, the fine leg up in the ring.
Hopeful appeal. Seemed well outside the line of the off stump. No suggestion of an inside edge.
Well, if he hasn't hit it, it's, as you say, he's way outside off stump when it strikes him. There we are. I mean, the ball might not have even done enough to hit off stump. Might have just about.
Hashim Amla has not always been known as a strong puller or hooker of the ball. It's a shot that he's worked on lately. Now, this is the first ball of the over. He's wandered across the off stump, trying to open up the limited leg side field setting. Only 3 fielders leg side prior to this delivery. Fourth fielder has now drifted into short fine leg position.
Very fine, and will make it. Goes all the way. Just a little bit offline and taking advantage of it, de Villiers. So boundary for him.
And I think when West Indies sit down and analyze with Otis Gibson, they will realize 9 4s and 1 6. And to my recollection, only the 6 and probably 1 boundary were manufactured shots of decent deliveries. All the other 4s have come off bad deliveries like the last one.
Now they'll come for the second. Run out chance at the bowler's end and missings. Well, didn't appreciate the opportunity. Taylor wasn't behind the stumps, he was in front of the stumps. They came for the second run on a slight fumble. They took a chance, and it might well have proved suicidal. They're trotting there. Taylor is not paying attention. His back is to the play. If he had paid attention, he would have been behind the bowler's stumps. Ball thrown in. Back to the play. And now, 4 down the leg side. Just losing concentration entirely here, Taylor. Just drifting. Bad delivery.
It's the sort of thing that I was talking about when the bowlers sit down and review the boundary balls that were bowled. You want to make a batsman work for his boundaries. It's the least you can do in this form of the game. You'll give away a few, but that's a gift. To the credit of the West Indies, before the rain break, they weren't very good. 43 runs, no wickets or 5 overs. Since the rain break, they've gone at 4 and over. And have picked up 2 wickets before the rain break. 50 for Hashim Amla here as well in the process, laying a good foundation for his team.
First innings ever in the West Indies. Hashim Amla wasn't here with the 2020 World Championship, nor was he here in the 2007 World Cup. And he's gone for 4 again. Bad delivery. Just a little deflection, no problem at all for Amla just to put it away. Fine leg in the ring. Even if he was on the boundary, that was so fine it would have gone for 4.
You look for 4, and Jerome Taylor really struggling to come around from long off. Seemed to be operating with his handbrake up. Took a long time coming around.
First real sign of aggression in some time. And picking his spot again. I think he's done quite well today. Just getting a bit of purchase there, Nikita Miller.
Once, sir.
They've gotten those runs without too much fuss. They haven't had to be spectacular with their hitting. A century partnership, as easy as you please. Amla within 6 runs of 100.
Now that should be 50 for AB de Villiers, is it? Yeah, it is. 21st half century in ODIs, very compact innings, very sedate by his standards, but he's gone along at 80 per 100 balls without an effort to accelerate. Real danger. Just 2 fours. Oh. Unbelievable that he would slide that down the leg side. I mean, with the ball turning as much as it has, why do you need to fire that in down there? He himself cannot believe it. It's a 6 to AB de Villiers, the first 6 of his innings, the second of South Africa's innings in total, 181 for 2.
That's Amla's 100. And a very, very well compiled and composed 100 it's been. He's not had a lot of cricket. Wasn't in the T20 World Cup squad, so he didn't play there. All he's been doing is practicing. Very well played. Bowled in. That's gone a little bit on the low side, perhaps, but it's nipped back as well. And that's well bowled. That's well by Ravi Rampal, and brings to the end what has been a very fine innings, but he's looking a little bemused. Has he gone back to a ball that was just a little full? Has it kept low? But it has nipped back. Yeah, kept a little bit low, I guess. You've got 100, you wouldn't expect to miss those, so something extraordinary must have happened. Hashim Amla, 102 then. And South Africa lose their 3rd wicket at 186.
JP Duminy is the new batsman replacing Hashim Amla. Good average for someone that comes in the middle, but has his form, Robin Jackman, has his form across all versions of the game, maybe T20 apart, been declining just a little bit?
That's beautifully played by de Villiers. What sweet timing for 4. Wow, that was just so nicely done. There was no flurry or panic in the shot. It wasn't as if, my goodness me, we've still got to get a whole bunch more. It was just a short, slower ball, a little bit wide of off stump, perfectly timed.
That has gone high, it's gone big, it's gone into the wind, but even the wind can't hold it back. It's obviously not as strong today, so this gamble to get Diana Ryan on, just to try to get through a couple of overs, is not working.
Villiers has been severe on him. Long hop to start with, and then down the wicket, punch it away over backward square. He's now going to go over the wicket.
Almost decapitated his teammate. Diving effort. De Villiers is in some trouble. Coming back for the 2nd run. He is doing some stretching and it could be in some trouble. 40 overs gone, it's 229 for 3. Might have been taken on the helmet there, and he is in some difficulty.
Well, this was always going to happen. You never like to see it, but it was on the cards. Really not comfortable to the short delivery. JP Duminy got himself into bad position there. And he's actually not late on that shot, he's early on it. Didn't get up with a whole lot of pace. May have been just slightly dazed, but seems to feel that he's okay to go.
He goes into the pull shot this time and gets it away over square leg. That's a tremendous response to being roughed up earlier in the over.
Well, this is what being tough is all about. And this wasn't really a bounce, it was short. And has no problem playing the pull shot. JP Duminy. It's just at the right height, just under shoulder height. And he could catch it from outside, fetch it from outside off stump and hit that in the middle of the bat.
Bowling. Getting a bit too ambitious. And this is a good over so far from Ravi Rampal.
Trying to give himself a bit of room, JP Duminy, to go over the infield. Offside field was in, and Ravi Rampal keeping it right at the stumps. Picks up another wicket. Duminy goes for 15, 240 for 4.
T20 debut a couple days ago. One-day international debut today for David Miller.
Big appeal for a leg before. He was right across his stumps. Umpire Harper says not out. But that was very close indeed. De Villiers. Well, no wonder the appeal was confident. And that's his 100th for A.B. de Villiers. His 7th in one-day internationals. The 2nd of the innings following Amla's 100 earlier. Foundation set for this big score by those two. Applause from his teammates. Brilliantly taken. Ramnaresh Sarwan. That is a brilliant grab by Sarwan. He's not a tall man. He had to go right up off the turf to put it in. Ends the innings from A.B. de Villiers. But a wonderful catch by Sarwan.
Absolutely, de Villiers gets inside it to get it over that infield. And a brilliant catch, a brilliant innings, a brilliant catch, and brilliant camera work too. Very well played, A.B. de Villiers. 102, South Africa 259 for 5 with 3 overs to go.
Johan Botha, who played really well in the 2nd 2020 international, man of the match in that for his bowling, his catching and his batting as well. I think that's bowled. Yes, it is. 265 for 6.
Botha going for a big hit, but over mid-wicket rather than perhaps straight. The leg stump flies out of the ground. That's going to happen at the back end of innings, there's no doubt about that. Bravo on target again, so he takes his 3rd wicket. Botha goes for 3, 265 for 6 now.
Ryan McLaren, the new batsman. And that's a brilliant catch as well. Well, we've seen some brilliant catching by the West Indies. Sarwan, and now the captain goes sprawling down to his left-hand side and gathers it in inches from the ground. 7 down for 268.
Wow, what a catch. Not middled off the splice, but look at what he's got to do here. Full stretch, ball past him. One-handed. Well caught, Christopher Gale. Fabulous catch. Fortunately for South Africa, it looks as if I think the batsman did cross. McLaren goes for 1, 268 for 7.
Wonderful catch to get rid of McLaren. Now Dale Steyn comes in to face Taylor. Nice looking shot for a fast bowler.
He's worked very hard on his batting. Here's the catch again. Look at the ground that he has to make, and then the dive and the stretch. Big tall man, of course, Chris Gale. That helped him a little bit. Bloke with short arms wouldn't have caught that.
In the air, Miller is down there and takes. Oh no, it's gone. Well, difficult catch. We've seen some superb catches hit already, taken already. That was a mighty hit. Flew through the air. Now, did it go full? Here he is, way to his right, just got the tips of the fingers to it, and that'll be 4. Perhaps better that he didn't take it, because he might have gone over the boundary and it would have been 6. So 48 overs gone, 280 for 7. A big challenge for the West Indies. Now the West Indies will need 282 to win. That's on the Duckworth-Lewis system. It's too complicated for my mentality. But it's 282 needed. Just one more. There was a revision. The West Indies again, as they did in the 2020s, using as many bowlers as you see there. 8 of them used.
Yes, we're back here on a sunny Saturday afternoon at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua. As we get set for the West Indies' reply to South Africa's very useful total, 280 for 7. Match reduced to 48 overs per side. 282 is the target. And the target revised upwards by 1 run. 282 to win. And that is going to take some doing.
Andre Fletcher's ODI career averages 18, strike rate 71, so it doesn't fill you with a whole bunch of confidence that he's likely. Well, of course he's likely to. He's a first-class cricketer, but not even the experience of a man like Chris Gayle, who 7,757 runs, averaging 40 at a strike rate of 83. Here's Dale Steyn.
And they'll certainly be targeting Fletcher. They would be aware of all of the rumpus around the Caribbean about the batting order, those who are selected, those who are not. He's a young player from the island of Grenada. He's a member of that West Indies, that Stanford All-Star team that earned each player $1 million US. It's about 18 months ago. He's been identified for some time as an exciting talent, but he hasn't produced the runs. And quite obviously will be feeling the pressure once more. Found the gap there. Won't go for 4. Not a great deal of urgency in the running between the wickets either. And that's what you get from Chris Gayle. Isn't exactly to the pitch, was in the air for some time, but in the gap on the offside. He gets the edge and it's a straightforward catch. You saw it coming and a simple dismissal. The textbook outswinger and a good catch by Jacques Kallis.
It's had a bit of pace on it, let me tell you. That's arrived at Kallis very, very quickly. There's the seam position, outside edge, and bang into Kallis's hands. Nearly knocked him over. Such a good pair of hands, Jacques Kallis, but once again, a failure for Fletcher. He's out for 3 and West Indies are 4 for 1.
As indicated on the batting card, Bravo is in at number 3. Didn't middle it as well as he wanted, but will carry to the boundary. Looking to clear long on. More height really, but still carries away for the first 4 of the innings. 13 for 1.
Here we go, look out. It's just so typical of Chris Gayle, just a little shuffle, that's all, get a bit nearer to the ball. The bowler didn't adjust quick enough, and
there he goes. Expansive, always flamboyant. Even if everything is exactly in place, he loves to play the attacking shots through the offside.
very Caribbean, wasn't it? Seen so many players over the years from this part of the world play strokes exactly like that. Oh, slower ball from Sotsobi, and he got Gayle to play the shot just a little earlier. but still with such power it's cleared mid off.
You really don't give this man a second chance. Amla trying for all he was worth. Just couldn't get the fingertips to it. Even if it did, probably wouldn't have stopped it from fizzing away towards the boundary. Oh, there goes Bravo again, Mr. Flamboyant. And it's another boundary in typical Dwayne Bravo style.
Well, we could be in for some serious entertainment here in the next hour if these two continue in this fashion. It's the intent, the aggressive intent down the wicket, and wherever you land it, I'm going to have a whack at it, which he did.
In the air again. Like that aircraft, well out of range for the close-in fielders. 2 boundaries to end of the over, 32 for 1. In the air, a chance for the catch here. Hashim Amla settling under it and misses it. Misjudged it completely. Was in the air for a very long time, and it looks as if this could very well be Chris Gale's day.
The Antigua breeze. Ball gets up there. You're running away from the batsman, which is always tough, over your shoulder. He misses this by a couple of inches in the end, even longer. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, you're over there all of a sudden. It's a horrible feeling.
Forcing shot, he's gotten the edge. He's walking away already. He doesn't wait for the decision. Ryan McLaren has gotten the wicket of Dwayne Bravo.
What a good over this has been from McLaren. He should have had both these batsmen out. Good seam presentation, outside edge, comfortable catch for de Villiers. Everybody smiling. The end of a very explosive and brief innings from Dwayne Bravo. 15 from 10 balls, West Indies 44 for 2.
The man with the fluorescent orange gloves, Ramnare Sarwan, who often occupies number 3. Decent record, pretty good one. Bit of extra pace and bounce with that delivery. Bravo, flashy and flamboyant as ever. Late on the shot, he didn't wait for the umpire's decision. Dropped the shoulders, the bat, everything, and trudged off.
No ball, will be a free hit now. Overstepping. Has a long stride, long legs.
Some part of that foot has got to be behind the line. So free hit for Sarwan.
Nothing from it. Free hit in the South African innings produced a 6 off Darren Sammy to Graham Smith early in the piece. This time, nothing from it. In the air. Over the top. Well, he's played a couple of shots here which are not in any coaching manual. That certainly wasn't, and still went for 4. 68 for 2. In the air this time, he's not got the length which he wanted, and it drops into the lap of the fielder at mid-wicket, and that's the end of Gale. Johan Botha takes the catch, anti-climax for Gale, but he had given 2 chances before that. Pressure was mounting on him. Ramnare Sarwan has just got 3 from 14 deliveries.
This one was on to him a bit quicker than he expected. Morkel is like that, and Chris Gale's luck runs out. Easy catch in the end for Johan Botha. Well made 45. West Indies 69 for 3.
So the West Indies now up against it with Gale going. Narsingh Deonarine comes in. Batsman crossed while the ball was in the air, so that Sarwan has strike now. Big appeal for a leg before he came inside of his wicket. Pretty confident, the South Africans.
And this was Chris Gale's dismissal. Totally miscued.
Got that one away off the thigh pad, I think. That's runs. 4 runs to Narsingh Deonarine.
When you come around the wicket at a batsman as Mokley is doing here, you have to have a better understanding of where the ball needs to touch down if it's not to go down the leg side. And for me, this angle created here really has to start and pitch around a foot outside the off stump in order to tuck up the batsman without giving him that leg side opportunity.
Sharp single, could be in trouble. Took a long time getting off, like one of those cartoon characters, winding up those legs before he eventually takes off. Might have been just short.
It's not about winding up the legs, Faz. If you see that again, Narsingh Deonarine is busy with the execution of a shot and watching himself pose before he takes off.
Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. Very tired looking Amla there coming around at the deep mid wicket. Just couldn't work out whether he should put in the dive. Edged and just out of the reach of first slip. Johan Botha might have gotten the fingers onto it on the right hand.
Yeah, he's not an orthodox first slip, is he? He's just a little bit wider. Like a full effort. Just seemed to fall to his right rather than get a pushing off. A push to his right would have gotten him a little bit closer to the ball and given him just a fraction more time. Just seemed to have flopped down.
He's gone over the top for 6. Good hit from Narsingh Deonarine. Who knows, this might just be the spark to get them going once again. 22 overs gone. It's 108 for 3.
It's a 50 partnership. Nice looking shot by Deonarine. Ends the over. 25 overs gone. 119 for 3.
It's a 50 partnership then, and the contributions 25 from Sarwan and 23 from Deonarine.
Flying attempt. Thick outside edge. Will come back for 2.
Oh, what's that?
And umpire Norman Markham was called just for the assistance of the television replay. Sarwan seemed safely home, and the South Africans don't seem too keen about it. Nice piece of fielding and a nice return from the deep. Just out of his ground. Well, if you're going on the second crease. Just to be certain, umpire Markham.
Catch it.
This might be out. Yes, it is. Comfortable catch. Comfortable catch by Callis. Top edge. And another West Indian wicket goes down.
Well, he was caught sweeping. Authentic big sweep. This time just looking to paddle. And off the top edge, no problem with Callis there. So just when the partnership was developing and needed to go on some more, Deonarine goes for 26. It's 130 for 4. 1 ball left in over number 27. New batsman is Dennis Ramdin. Now this is an important innings for Ramdin. Comes in to replace Deonarine. The batting has gone off of late. Lost his place in the side. to Andre Fletcher, who himself can't put together any score, even at double figures. Down to the boundary and will go, and given as edge. Well, that's 4. They're using De Villiers here as a keeper to give the selectors a bit of an option. Martin Boucher, which was kept wicket for so long, De Villiers nowhere near it, goes away for 4 off the edge.
South Africa out front at the moment in this contest with 142 required from 114 deliveries. 6 wickets left for the West Indies.
And the Sarwan's gone. Inside edge. Nothing shot really. And Morkel picks up a wicket with his first delivery.
Yeah, Graham Smith would want these guys to come back and to knock over a few wickets and not take anything for granted. It's, well, a nothing shot really from Sarwan. He's gone for 38. West Indies now 140 for 5. Kyron Pollard replaces Ramnaresh Sarwan. I stress the importance or theoretical importance of Sarwan batting in deep into the innings. That has got some air miles, serious air time on it. That's Pollard's strength down the ground, 161 for 5. What you will see in a little while is the ball change, and it's not because of this 6 off the last ball that the ball has been lost. It's a mandatory change of ball.
That one wasn't that far up, but he's a short man and he just skidded onto the bat, so Pollard could hit through the line, and boy did he hit through the line of that one.
That'll be wides. In fact, it signaled runs. Morkel appealed.
This is one of those deliveries that wicket keepers hate. It passes the batsman, could very well have gotten a little edge, and swings back to the offside as the wicket keeper is going down the leg side while it's dipping at the same time. Very, very difficult to get hold of.
He's going to have a go, and he got that one away back past the bowler. Really, the strength of the man took it back past Morne Morkel. No long on in place. And once he's there, however long he's there, West Indies fans will feel there's some hope. Through the offside for 4 more. Fetch that.
Wrong tactics from South Africa, in my opinion. I'd like to see the quicker bowlers bowling right now, and I'd like to see it halfway down. He's the only man who can win this game for the West Indies. He didn't show a great deal of aptitude to hitting the ball very far when they were bouncing him earlier. And why aren't they doing it now? This is telling him we're going to be pitching it up, guys. We're going to be pitching it up. I don't think this is right. Fine leg back, third man back, long off up, and run in and bowl short.
There he goes. Just as you said, Robin. 50 partnership comes up as well. 14 runs off the over.
There's only one intention right now in Ryan's mind, and that is to run in a bowl the ball in the block hole. That doesn't mean to say that he won't bowl him out with a Yorker, but it's been costly so far, and if it doesn't stop, it's just putting the West Indies in with a sniff of a win here. It's now less than 9 runs and over.
Played it on. Getting a bit too ambitious, Dinesh Ramdin. And the reintroduction of Dale Steyn has gotten the important wicket for South Africa.
Again, I think there's a change of pace from Steyn here. Quite a clever change of pace. Let's look. Yes, there it is. Little off cutter or off roller early on it. and chops it down into the stumps. It's not only a wicket, but it's also a dot ball, and it also keeps Pollard up the other end, which is where they want him. Ramdin gone for 17, 192 for 6.
Party atmosphere is maintained even with the demise of Dinesh Ramdin. And here comes Darren Sammy. You can certainly cut it beyond the boundary. He swung it away, still out towards deep mid wicket, and that's gone away for 4. Short of a length, but getting it away forward a square.
Close look at this. Yeah, he was kind of waiting for it, wasn't he? They've had to bring that man up because of the fine leg going back. You can't look to run in and bowl short without a fine leg back. I just wonder whether you need, what's it going to be? 1, 2. Where else can you do away with one on the boundary? You can't. That's what makes this power play so interesting and brings so much excitement to the back end of a game.
That's high into the air. Should be taken. McLaren takes it easily. Well off the boundary at a long on. That effectively spells the end for the West Indies unless the tail can produce something remarkable. Pollard goes for 44.
There's just a bit too much for him to be asked to do, wasn't there? Struck the ball really well while he was at the crease. And at the end of the day, McLaren takes a good catch. We've seen catches go down in this swirling wind. Kieron Pollard, 44 from just 37 balls, but the West Indies now have lost their 7th wicket for 197. Nikita Miller. Strike rate of 87, so he's capable of hitting the ball for 4. Certainly.
Sammy's after it. There's a man out there and the catch taken. So another wicket goes to a deep catch. Jack Callis out there. West Indies just trying to get as close as they can now, but virtually hopeless. And Sammy goes.
Yes, effectively over. They needed boundaries, as Fazer was saying. And Darren Sammy, in that effort, tries to swing one over mid-wicket. Easy catch in the end for Jacques Callis. It's gone for 2. It's 203 for 8.
Jerome Taylor comes in now.
But there's been something for the batsman, something for the bowler. It took a long time, but he gave him out. Jerome Taylor didn't offer a stroke. And it'll be very interesting to see where this one struck him. Oh, it pitched just inside off stump. But the angle would have carried it down the leg side. I don't know why umpire Malcolm took that long. It looked pretty straightforward when you look at it again. But the 9th West Indian wicket has gone. It's 205 for 9.
That's a good blow. Gone all the way against the breeze, hit it really well. Miller picks it up and gets a boundary for it. The last ball of the 43rd over, 212 for 9. Down the ground, could be the end of the match. It is. Graham Smith takes the catch, and South Africa complete a comprehensive victory in the first of the 5 one-day internationals. All out for 215. Rampal going for 3. So Toby takes the wicket. 66 runs is the difference between the teams, and it is as comprehensive as we have seen. So here's how it ended. The West Indies innings: 215. Chris Gayle 45, better than run a ball. So many catches skied. Batsman to cross 50.